Yaware.TimeTracker is a web-based time tracking software that allows to measure and increase employee productivity. In this video, you will learn how to specify the settings at your Yaware.TimeTracker account. Log into your online account. Click on the profile name in the right top corner and press Settings. You can specify monitoring settings for the whole company, specific users, and groups. We will specify settings for all groups. Display Yaware tray icon. If this option is checked, Yaware.TimeTracker icon will appear in the system tray bar accordingly to the monitoring schedule. Thus, employees will be aware that they're being monitored and will be able to look through the reports about their performance. If this option is unchecked, Yaware.TimeTracker will run in hidden mode, which means that employees will be unaware of monitoring. I will check this option, as it is recommended to run application in visible mode. Allow pauses in monitoring. If this option is checked, users will be allowed to stop monitoring for 10, 20, 30 minutes, 1, 2 hours, or until the end of the day by themselves. The monitoring will automatically resume after a specified time period. To pause monitoring, a user should click the right mouse button on Yaware.TimeTracker icon and select Suspend Monitoring. Allow Stop Monitoring. If this option is checked, users will be allowed to stop the monitoring. The user can resume it manually when necessary. To stop monitoring, a user should click the right mouse button on Yaware.TimeTracker icon and select Stop Monitoring. Enable Full-Time Monitoring. You can check the Enable Full-Time Monitoring option or specify monitoring schedule yourself. For example, you can uncheck Saturday and Sunday if you know for sure that employees don't work on the weekend. As well, you may specify working hours for monitoring. However, it is recommended to enable full-time monitoring, so I am going to check that option. Idle Time Activity. Idle Activity Monitoring feature helps you to keep track of time when the employee is away from the computer. If you check the following option, Enable Idle Activity Request Form, Yaware will record the time when employee is not working at the computer and request to comment his or her absence. It looks like this. By default, this form will be displayed after 420 seconds, 7 minutes, of user's inactivity. This period can be shorter or longer. Allow user to comment offline activities. Check to enable commenting on offline activities. Make commenting required. If you check this option, the comment will be mandatory and an employee will have to fill in this form to describe the offline activity. Allow user to skip commenting on the offline activities. If you enable this option, employees will be able to press the Do Not Record This Time button. This way they will not comment their absence and this time will not be recorded at all. It will be just a gap. If this feature is disabled, employees will always be ought to comment their absence. Turn on Offline Activity Request form at the beginning of the day. Check the box to know why the employee was late for work. Allow big buttons. If this option is checked, you can create new standard descriptions for offline activities, and even if they are long, the whole text will be fully displayed in a bigger than others pop-up window. Use the same schedule as the monitoring one. The offline activity window shows up accordingly to the general monitoring schedule. You can remove the check to set different office activity schedule. For example, meeting, negotiations, phone calls can be performed from 6 a.m. till 5 p.m. Working at the computer can be done at any time. So, the general monitoring can be full-time and monitoring of offline activities only from 9 a.m. till 6 p.m. There is also Idle Activity List. You can edit existing idle activities or add new ones. For example, training, set productivity status, and save. Screenshots. If this option is checked, Yaware.TimeTracker will take screenshots of users' desktop at regular intervals. The minimum frequency is 180 seconds, 3 minutes, but you can extend this period. Capture webcam snapshots. For this option, the user's computer must be equipped with a webcam. If you check this option, Yaware.TimeTracker will take webcam snapshots at regular intervals. The interval cannot be less than 3 minutes, as well as for screenshots. The beginning and the end of the working day. Here you can set up the hours for the normal working day. For example, from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. You can use single time for all days of the week or specify different one, for Friday, for example. Global settings. You can also choose data retention period, however, it cannot be longer than 2 years. Log change account. Turn on this option and Yaware will track all changes in the account. Here you will find who and when has made the changes. You will also see what was exactly changed. This feature is useful for IT specialists and big companies with centralized log repository. Time synchronization in groups. You can synchronize the beginning of the working day of departments working on a different schedules. If you enable this option, you will easily control remote offices, employees who work in different time zones, etc. Email reports. You can access the data online through your account, but you can also receive daily, weekly, and monthly reports on your email. Simply choose how often you would like to receive the reports. Do not forget to click the Save button each time you make changes. Thank you for watching this video, and please contact us if you need further assistance.